Hey you guys, it is me, Laura, homeschooling mom to 3 kids ages 3, 8, and 10, and today I am going to share with you books that we have gotten from the library for our Inventions / Thomas Edison / electricity themed unit study. Now I am going to try my best to break this up by type of book so that when you're watching this, it will be easy to find the books that you are looking for. I did want to let you know that these are not books that we had out all at the same time, but they're books that we have checked out over the course of the entire unit study. These are not reviews, these are just showing you the books so that maybe you can find books if you're looking for some on this topic as well. So here we go. This is The Marvelous Things That Came from a Spring. One day, a spring fell from the desk of Richard James, an engineer and dreamer. Its coils took a walk, and so did Richard's imagination. He knew right away that he had stumbled onto something marvelous. Richard and his wife Betty took this ordinary spring and turned it into a plaything. But it wasn't just any old trinket, it was a slinky, and it would become one of the most popular toys in American history. With magnificent dioramic illustrations, Gilbert Ford captures the joy, creativity, and determination behind the invention of an iconic, one-of-a-kind toy. Whoosh by Chris Barton and illustrated by Don Tate. Lonnie Johnson's super soaking stream of inventions. Lonnie Johnson was always building things. As a kid, he made rockets. As a teenager, he built a robot from scratch. As an adult, he worked for NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory on the Galileo orbiter and probe that studied Jupiter. And then one day, while hooking up his latest invention to the bathroom sink to test it out, whoosh! Water shot across the room. This would make a great water gun, Lonnie thought. Meet the innovative engineer who unexpectedly invented one of the most popular toys of all time, the Super Soaker. The Crayon Man, the true story of the invention of Crayola crayons. What child doesn't love to hold a crayon in their hands? But children didn't always have such magical boxes of crayons. Before Edwin Binney set out to change things, most children couldn't afford colored crayons. Here's the true story of an inventor who so loved nature's vibrant colors that he found a way to bring the outside world to children in a bright green box for only a nickel. With experimentation and a special knack for listening, Edward Binney and his dynamic team created one of the world's most enduring, best-loved childhood toys, Crayola crayons, empowering children around the world to imagine and draw anything. I might have slaughtered his name. I'm not sure if his last name is Biney or Benny. Not sure how you say that. I think maybe Biney. I'll have to look that up. We have the Benjamin Franklin version of this series. I know there is one on Leonardo da Vinci. I think it's called Neo Leo. I think that's him. And then there is one on Ben Franklin. I don't know if there's more in this series or not. What do record players, batteries, and movie cameras have in common? All of these devices were created by the man known as the Wizard of Milano Park, Thomas Edison. Edison is most famous for inventing the incandescent light bulb. But at his landmark laboratories in Milano Park in West Orange, New Jersey, he also developed many other staples of modern technology. Despite lots of failures, Edison persevered, and good for that because it would be very difficult to go through a day without using one of his life-changing inventions. In this enlightening book, Jean Beretta enters the laboratories of one of America's most important inventors. Patricia's Vision, the doctor who saved sight. Born in the 1940s, Patricia Bath dreamed of helping people as a doctor, even though that wasn't a career option for most women at that time, especially African American women. This empowering biography follows Dr. Bath on her quest to stay and restore sight for blind people, choosing miracles when everyone else had given up hope. Along the way, she co-founded the American Institute for Prevention of Blindness, invented a laser device for removing cataracts with less pain and more precision, and became the first African-American female doctor to receive a medical patent. Dr. Bath lived her lifelong goal of helping the blind, and her story continues to inspire us. Thomas Edison, Lighting the Way. This is an I Can Read Level 2 book. Most people today know Thomas Edison as the inventor of the light bulb, except he didn't invent it. In Edison's time, other inventors were working on the light bulb. No one could keep a light bulb lit, though, until Edison figured it out. Read and find out all about the real story of Thomas Edison's life and his many amazing inventions, like the movie camera and car battery. Beginning readers will learn about the milestones in Thomas Edison's life in this Level 2 I Can Read. This biography includes a timeline and historical photos all about the life of this inspiring figure. And this one is the National Geographic Level 1 about George Washington Carver. It includes information about who he was, where George Washington Carver grew up, the things that were happening around his time, how he really loved learning, 6 facts about him, how he helped others, some of his good ideas, hard work, and also items and things that were from the time that George Washington Carver lived. The Inventor's Secret, what Thomas Edison told Henry Ford. Thomas was curious about electricity, invisible energy that flowed and stopped, sizzled and popped. Henry was curious about engines, machines that chugged and purred, hiccuped and whirred. The boys' curiosity got them in a heap of trouble, but later led to some of the greatest inventions of all time. When Thomas Edison grew up, he invented the electric pen, phonograph, light bulb, and more. Henry Ford dreamed of inventing a car, a road engine that hardworking families could afford, but year after year, Henry's engine designs were a flop, while the whole country was crazy about Thomas's inventions. Henry was frustrated. He wanted to give up, and he kept wondering, what is Thomas's secret? Bright dreams, the brilliant ideas of Nikola Tesla. The night Nikola Tesla was born, lightning flashed in the sky. Inside, it was dark and quiet. No electric light brightened the room, nor did a radio, phone, television, or computer break the silence. It was 1856, and none had been invented. Yet, little did anyone know that young Nikola would go on to become one of the greatest inventors in history, pushing the field of electricity to new heights. While he was an overlooked inventor throughout much of history, Tesla's work continues to shine all around us. The Boy Who Invented the TV, the story of Philo Farnsworth. Slaughtering these names, you guys. Plowing a potato field in 1920, a 14-year-old farm boy had a brainstorm. He saw in the parallel rows of overturned earth a way to make pictures fly through the air. And just 8 years later, he made his idea a reality when he transmitted the world's first television image. This boy was not a magician. He was a scientific genius. Kathleen Curl's lively text tells the little-known story of how Philo Farnsworth's childhood obsession with machines and electricity led to one of the greatest inventions of the 20th century, an invention he hoped would inform and bring closer together all of humanity. Greg Crouch's inspired illustrations are an irresistible invitation to budding young scientists. The Boo-Boos That Changed the World, a true story about an accidental invention. Really? Earl has a wife named Josephine. She's kind of klutzy and often cuts and burns herself around the house. Ouch! Then a light bulb goes off over Earl's head. Not an actual light bulb, but you get the idea. Earl figures out a way to make easy-to-use bandages for Josephine. Earl just wants to help his wife. He doesn't mean to invent something important, but he does. Because of Earl, we now have Band-Aids. This is called the Explosion Zone, Faraday, Pioneer of Electricity. This seems to me, it looks to me, it's at least got the same illustrator if it's not along the same lines of the You Wouldn't Want To series. So it reminds me very, very, very much of that. Can you think of a world without electricity? No electric light at the flick of a switch. No power to heat our homes, cook our food, start our cars, or work on televisions and computers. When Michael Faraday was born, there was no electricity available as we know it. Faraday flicked the switch to turn on the modern world. Who really discovered electricity? This is a Fact Finder's book. Who really discovered electricity? Dr. William Gilbert, Stephen Gray, and Benjamin Franklin are players driven to uncover an amazing force we now call electricity. But only one player can win the race. Who really discovered electricity? Race for history. History is full of amazing discoveries and inventions, but it's not always clear who should get the credit. Period photographs and colorful maps take you on an amazing race through time and around the world. Find out who claimed victory in some of history's most intriguing races. Toy Trailblazers, Nerf Genius. Ryan Geiert. Did you know that a YouTube star helped turn homemade slime into a worldwide craze? Or that a video game company, Nintendo, started out making playing cards? Learn about all the incredible inventors behind some of the world's most popular toys with Toy Trailblazers. Easy to read text and delightful photos bring to life stories of toy making pioneers and how their cool creations changed the way we play. From Hot Wheels to My Little Pony to Nerf blasters and more, get ready to explore the histories of your favorite toys. My kids love Nerf guns, so I think this one's going to be a hit. This is DK Eyewitness Electricity, and like a lot of DK books, this could be used as a science spine if you wanted to for your unit study about electricity or Thomas Edison or inventions. This would be a great science spine if you need one. This is DK Ideas That Changed the World. Incredible inventions and the stories behind them. What do cell phones, video games, cars, and canned food have in common? They are some of the hundreds of items we use every day and take for granted. Stop, look, and marvel at the creations that have shaped our world. Read about the human stories behind some of the most amazing inventions and be inspired. Discover who created the very first video game, how slapdash scientists saved millions of lives, and how a computer geek put the world online. This is a pretty substantial book. It has over 250 pages to explore. When I put this book on hold at the library, I was expecting it to be one of their thinner books, but it is huge and it is packed, and I know the boys are going to love this, especially Samuel. Packed with fascinating facts and awesome pictures, Inventions, a visual encyclopedia, explores the greatest inventions and inventors through the ages. When and where did the first wheels turn? Who created the internet? Where is space travel heading? All is revealed in this extraordinary encyclopedia of the era-defining ideas, people, and products that have shaped our world. And this one is National Geographic 125 Cool Inventions, Super Smart Machines, and Wacky Gadgets You Never Knew You Wanted. The future is now. Super cool robots, amazing flying machines, floating hotels. This book is packed with 125 amazing inventions that will make you wish for things you never even knew existed. Get the scoop on inventions of the future before they hit stores, like the fish tank that turns your toilet into an aquarium, but don't worry, your fishy friends will be just fine. Or the Cargonaut, a human-sized robot that flies around picking up and delivering items for you. These inventions are paired with incredible photos and loads of fun facts. Discover what the future will look like on every page. This one is kind of falling apart, but my kids have really enjoyed these Magic School Bus chapter books, so I picked up this one on the electric storm, thinking that that will probably help us understand electricity a little bit better. Hi, I'm Keisha, one of the kids in Miss Frizzle's class. Our science project on weather was kind of boring. We hadn't had rain for weeks and it was really hot outside. Then the Frizz announced that there was a change in the air. It was time for our next field trip. Miss Frizzle promised we'd get a jolt of excitement, and before we knew it, we'd become a bolt of lightning. You'll get a real charge out of this thrill ride. Join us as we take on the electric storm. Dun dun dun! This is from the VIP series, Very Important People, and it's Louis Latimer. I think I said that correctly. Engineering wizard. I believe he really improved on Thomas Edison's light bulb. One day in 1884, Louis wrote this in his diary. The Edison people sent for me. He had reached a high point in his career. Not once, but twice in his life, great inventors had noticed his work and hired him. When Louis reported to the Edison Electric Light Company headquarters at 65 Fifth Avenue in New York City, he could barely contain his excitement. So this would be a really good, fairly easy chapter book that kids could read independently, or it would be a fun read aloud as well. Those are a lot of the library books that we use to go with this unit study. I know that there are some others that got missed from filming here and there, but if you are looking for any book ideas on this topic, be sure to check out the corresponding blog post that I have linked below. And on Monday, I'm going to be releasing a video showing you all the plans and
the spine books, and all the rest of the resources that we use to go along with this unit study. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to hear if there are any books that you love along these lines of Inventions and electricity or Inventors or anything like that. And I hope that you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.